where the troops at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by betonline.ag and Underdog Fantasy. BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball to NHL and UFC, BetOnline is the number one sports betting source for the new year. From touchdowns to three-pointers and hat tricks, BetOnline has you covered on every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here. Want to make some quick cash and have fun during the NFL playoffs? Well, it's time to embrace your inner underdog. Over the last 3 weeks, we have given 11 selections, and we have cashed on 10 of those, predicting higher or lower on multiple different player statistics. So we are ready to continue this heater into the playoffs. So if you have yet to download the Underdog app, do so now and get free cash. Click the link in the description or use promo code CHIEFCONCERNS, one word, to claim your free pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. It's NFL playoff season, so let's continue to keep the good vibes in 2020. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Tight End. I'm Marcus Dash, and right here with our guy, former Chiefs tight end, Jason Dunn. JD, how we doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Marcus? What is going on, brother? I'm doing well. Happy Martin Luther King Day, MLK Day, and it's a glorious day with a win for the Chiefs this past weekend. We got to see who we're going to be playing in the playoffs. It has buried itself out. It has finally got down to this for the AFC Championship. It's going to be on our house against the Buffalo Bills. And boy, I tell you what, we got a bone to pick with them jokers. A bone to pick with them. And so we got some payback coming this week. Okay. Now, you know me, I'm usually not about a Baltimore guy and stuff like that, but these guys got it in their hearts like, look, this is the only team that really beat us this year. Only team that beat us. Okay. And they had to do a valiant effort by, Josh Allen, what he does real well, like you seen yesterday in the game, to come out and try to beat us on fourth down. To get a first down, he ended up scoring a touchdown to kind of do us in. And they knew they had to do that, so Patrick Mahomes would have the ball at the end to seal the deal. And so this thing is in our house, buddy. That's what it is, my brother. So other than that, man, I'm having a wonderful, wonderful day. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. And I think you and Tasia mentioned it last week that of all the teams we could play, Buffalo is one of the few teams that we do have a bone to pick with, right? There's a revenge factor there. Baltimore, we beat them the last two times we played them. Buffalo, we beat them once out of the last two times, right? We beat them in the playoffs last year. Then this year, most recently, they beat us. They have a knack for beating us in the regular season, postseasons, where we have that kind of that mental hurdle they're going to have to get over. However, this year, this Chiefs team has revenge on their mind to get one over on them. To avenge the loss from a couple weeks back, which was at Buffalo. A lot of people are just forgetting that was at Buffalo, and we were without a lot of guys, without Pacheco, without Omenahu, without Holly Brown, a lot of guys in that game. The different Chiefs team that they're coming to play, and also in a different house. And as you saw, Buffalo got dominated by Baltimore at Baltimore during the season. What happened? They won the game yesterday at Buffalo, so a little different.
Well, I mean, home field advantage is exactly that, right? That's why they call it advantage, because you're at home, because you know your place, you know where every divot is on the field. Your crowd's going to be behind you the entire time. They're going to give the team a whole lot of mess right there on the sideline. They're going to be in their ear. Obviously, when they're on offense, you can't hear what's going on because it's going to be so loud. And I'm telling you right now, man, look, Kansas City, playoff time, is one of the loudest stadiums in the entire world. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So I haven't been everywhere. I had been, in the United States, a lot of these stadiums, and I know what Kansas City brings. I know what Arrowhead Stadium, GEHA Field, I know what that is. And other teams know what that is too. So it's not going to be easy task for them at all. They know that. And so that is already something against them. That's one of our advantages. And we're going to take the full advantage of it. That's what we're going to do. Shoot, that's the way I feel. So, hey, look, Kansas City, we're going to circle the wagons, okay? So the Buffalo Bills, okay? Who got the Buffaloes back in the day? We used to eat them up, man, get the hide and stuff, right? The Chiefs, that's what we were doing. That's so we're going to make sure we go ahead and corral them jokers up, put a couple of arrows in their backside, okay, skin them suckers up. So I'm excited about this, man. I am excited about this. Let me say what's up to everybody that's in the chat already, man. The chat is going fast. It's going crazy right now, so I'm going to say what's up to everybody. What's going on? I'm going to start from the top. Let me see what's going on here. G-Pix in here. Maria, what's going on? Yo. Brian Birch, what up, man? What's going on with you? Andre Chanel, happy belated birthday to you. I know we said it was sung happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great weekend, a wonderful and glorious weekend birthday. So after the win, I'm sure you did. Maria DeJohn-Dez, what's going on? How you doing? Maria? What's up, Nev? What's going down? From your favorite Green Bay fan. Hey, you sure are, okay? And you are a favorite too, Neff. All right, love you to death. Love you. We just had you had to wait a while for Green Bay to see what they're gonna do together. So they're gonna keep the band together. They're gonna break some people up. What's it gonna be? Right?
I'll tell you what, Detroit, that window might have closed. Ben Johnson out of there. Jared Goff kind of showed his limitations. If you're gonna go against Jaden Daniels, you better bring some firepower. And Jared Goff was looking kind of stiff back there on Saturday.
Hey man, look, that's that's how it happens. Jaden Daniels is a bad boy. Okay, he's a bad boy. So I know I heard seen Chris say something about this going to be Chiefs and Eagles. Hey, I ain't got no problem with it. Play for both teams. You know what I mean? That was where I cut my teeth. Was in Philadelphia. That may happen, but I tell you what, man, Washington looks good. The Commanders look incredible. But yeah, so let me get back to it. Nana Sherry, what's going on? What's happening? How you doing, Nana Sherry? Left the word out. Chiefs don't need refs' help. That's right. We don't need refs' help. We're going to get into that tonight as well. Vegas Chiefs Kingdom. What's good, my guy? Richie Hall, how you doing, sweetie? About time. What up? What you about time? Maria, I think I said Maria already. If not, hello again. Let me see who else we got in here right now. Optimistic James, good to see you, my man. What's up with you as well? Charles Driver is in the house. Good to see you. Let me see. Todd Tofree, what's going down? Family's good, man. Don Peterson, what's up, my guy? How you doing, my brother? Good seeing you like always. Right now, man, that's where we are right now, Marcus. So, and Chris Pomade, my guy. Okay, so Chris. D. Brown, what up, fellas? JD had his fire. Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate that. Cop that here in Missouri, actually. When I was out in Kansas City, got it at a shop. Not sure where I got it at, man, but I had to swoop it up, man. I had to get it. So yeah, man, that's where we at right now. Sin McBride, good to see you. Good to see you always out here, Sin McBride. I'd be negative. What's up, man? JH, how you doing? You here? We here with you. So yeah, man, let's get the thing rolling, Marcus. What do you think, man? We're gonna get into some good conversation, talk about a few things tonight, talk about some of the concerns that I had and things I seen on film, what we need to do to bring this thing out. I'd be negative said he's chilling. Hey man, come chill with us. Appreciate you chilling with us. So
so we're going to get to a little conversation about what JD saw this past weekend. He's gotten time. Obviously, whenever we watch whenever we do our post-game reaction, that's immediately, reacting to what we saw, right? JD, after that's where JD goes into the dungeon and JD, looks over, checks his list, looks at watch the plays over and over and over again to see where some of the guys, how they did on Saturday. But yeah, JD, we were talking offline about the conversation. We talked about it a little bit on Saturday after the game, but the officiating aspect of things.
Yes.
So we're going to do something that we haven't really done before, which it's kind of funny. You guys will enjoy this. We're going to grade the officials to start off tonight with our Monday morning tight end show. We're going to be grading the officiating. We'll also have footage from Walt Anderson, head NFL, I think the head of the NFL officials, former NFL official. But JD, what did you make of the officiating on Sunday?
I mean, I didn't
Saturday.
have a problem. I mean, on Saturday, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. I think they did a good job. I think they, deliberated as far as each and every single call that they could. And I think they did a pretty good job. Here's the thing now is where they do have the replay. They have all the guys they could talk to, to converse with. They do a tremendous job of getting down to exactly what the call is going to be and why they called it. Okay. And I appreciate those guys so much. Now, look, everybody says it falls Chiefs' way and whatnot. I seen a dude on Twitter was giving some type, I think, analytics and saying, they're like, look, it's not the truth, right? The Chiefs get penalized just like everybody else in the league, maybe even more so. So I think we're somewhere like in the middle pack somewhere. I'm not sure how I finished up, but certain calls come out, right? Like they're glaring. And everybody's like, oh my God, there it is. The Chiefs, the refs are helping us. And I can't go through the Twitter world on X without actually seeing somebody with the ref and his arm up and got a Chief logo and everything on, right? It's just, that's what they believe. But Marcus just thinks so. It's just not so. So we got to call it fair. If we're going to be objective, let's call it like it is, right? I have no problem against it, right? I'm gonna argue when I feel certain calls weren't made on our side. But I could be completely wrong, right? Because objectively and biased, I'm going to be looking at it. I want the Chiefs to get the call. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So,
well, one thing I feel like I'm not seeing a lot of when people talk about this, and officiating is a hard job. I know your brother, we've had him on a show. He's a basketball official. But like, it's a hard job. And they came out after the fact, said they were correct on what they did. And, Will Anderson's face mask did touch Mahomes' helmet. They did touch his face mask. So like that is there. May not be brute force, but helmet to helmet's there. And also one thing that's not being talked about enough, and I think I may have seen maybe one or two people, someone commented on our YouTube channel earlier saying this, but this is the same team that nailed Trevor Lawrence. And because of that, they have an extra, they look for these things, right? They watch film just like you guys do, right? Players do. They watch film and know these teams' tendencies, what to look for. So they were already waiting for something like this because they've already seen a trend of this within the Houston Texans defense. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but because of that, they already had hands on the flag to kind of watch for that kind of stuff. No.
You think so? You think they're slanted against the Texans because of what happened with Trevor Lawrence? So you're saying they can't be objective then, right? Is that what you're
not slanted so much, but looking at the tendencies, right? Because you're looking at tendencies, and that's something that you already. And I don't know they're supposed to do that or whatnot, but I think they're
not supposed to do that. Go ahead. Now go finish your point. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. That's kind of no. That's kind of where I was going with it. The fact that whether they're not supposed to do that or not, I think that was already kind of, ready for that. The tendencies of a team that kind of carries over. And I don't know. I mean, I think that plays a part in it. And I'm not saying that makes their calls wrong, but I'm saying they already had that in kind of play with doing so. Because that whole Trevor Lawrence thing was a big deal. And that was a team who did that.
So let me ask you this. So do you think, okay, let's just say it was Lamar and two guys came up in the Bills and Lamar was going down or Josh Allen was going down. The two guys came and collided with him when he was kind of going down. Do you think they would not call that? Especially if they feeling like the crown of the helmet's going to go hit him down, right? And this is going in with Trevor Lawrence, right? I think now all of a sudden all eyes go to just everybody. To be honest with you, that now it's just not the quarterback with the Houston Texans; it's every team, for that matter. Because what ends up happening is they take every single call, they take it all the way up here to New York, and they deliberate it. That's what they do. And they say, okay, this is something that we got to watch. If this has happened before, we got to make sure we calling this or it's close to call it for the quarterback. So if a guy's sliding, we got to make sure we call it. Now, okay, case in point, this is kind of coming up. Your boy Baker, right? Baker slides down. Okay, he didn't necessarily get hit in the crown of the helmet. Okay, the guy kind of hits him on the side. Baker feels something about it, some type of way. He turns on top of him, right? Pushes him down. Okay, stomps on his chest, kicks him in the side of his head, like things that Baker do, right? Twists his ankle. Now I'm just making Baker. But my point is, it didn't seem as bad with Trevor Lawrence. Now, because Patrick was in a very compromised position with two guys coming in and looked worse than what it was actually was, then they deliberated and said, yeah, this is enough to call the penalty. So from what a referee said, okay, the official, they went through it and said, yeah, this was the right call, right? I don't think it had anything to do necessarily with the Texans. I think they were sitting there saying, as a quarterback in the NFL, we want to be able to protect it. Now, that's, I think, the reason Troy Aikman got upset, because he felt like it shouldn't have been called, right? What are we doing now with the quarterbacks that you can't even breathe on them or touch them? What are we doing now? Okay. So because the first call was very it's questionable, if you will, and this call comes up, then it really went into the narrative, as they're calling it for the Chiefs. Okay. So
should we play the clip right now for what Walt Anderson said about it?
Please do, sir. Please do.
Whenever the defender comes in, and there's a couple of points, and when we end up looking at the video, I think the audience will end up seeing this. But when the defenders come in, and when they end up coming in face to face, if there's contact to the head of the quarterback, that's probably going to be called by the officials, and that's what you can see here. Now, it has to be forcible, and one of the things we added this year is if there's no contact at all to the helmet, replay can assist. But on this play, there was contact, and so replay could not help the officials with picking that up. You can end up having debate about whether you felt it was forcible or not, and that's going to be one of those conversations for the competition committee to consider next year. But when he comes in right there face to face, officials are going to call that. That's the rule for this year. And the other thing that a lot of your audience might not realize is in most all of the rule book, when in question, officials are not supposed to call a foul. But there's one place in the rule book where it states by rule that when in doubt, officials are to call roughing the passer, and it's in the roughing the passer rule.
All right.
Sounds pretty cut and dry to me.
Yeah, great explanation, right? So the question is this, are they fending for themselves, right? Are the officials coming in and deliberating and saying, oh, okay, we got to make sure our guy's not wrong. We can't say that out here on the field. But he does say in that picture, if it is touching and roughing the passer is that rule, the rule stipulates and says primarily that if you touch anybody up top, it is roughing the passer, right? Right, wrong, and indifferent, how we feel about it, that's for them, that's in their rule book. They feel like that is a clear and cut, dry picture, okay? We may not like it, but that's what it is. Now, I hear other people out here talking about Troy. Don Peter said, Aikman is just a chief hater. And I heard somebody else up here said, what was it? Oh.
But Aikman wishes those rules were around when he was playing?
Yes, that one. Yeah, Vegas Chief Kennedy. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel like when he said that. Aikman was like, yeah, man, like I was getting hit. What's the deal? How come y'all not calling that? Or why y'all calling that? I was getting hit up top and it wasn't no big deal. I didn't necessarily have concussions. But Troy had, several concussions during his lifetime, or his career. Not lifetime, for his career. So I get trying to protect the quarterback. But they want to go back to the drawing board, in making sure that this rule in itself has to be so refined and detailed that there's no ambiguity about it, right? And I think they did a good job explaining it, saying it's almost like it isn't right now. Okay, so, hey man, it just happened to fall in the Chiefs' favor. Sorry.
And we've had to deal with this. I think somebody said in the chat earlier, but we had to deal with this stuff when the Patriots were doing their thing.
Yes,
we dealt with it, right? We experienced it ourselves in the AFC Championship game. It's been a viral tweet I've seen all day long since Saturday. But Jones touched Tom Brady's helmet. What happened? They extend the play, right? Rough the passer there. I mean, you dealt with it. We dealt with it. That's sometimes, and you bring up Baker. Baker's not getting the benefit of the doubt. There's a couple quarterbacks who are getting that benefit of the doubt. There's Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen. And I would say Lamar, but last night Lamar's running the sideline, and Ed Oliver kind of shoved him right out of bounds when he was already going out of bounds. So that was kind of it was on the threshold. There was on the edge.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, there are certain quarterbacks who are going to get those calls.
Absolutely.
Baker Mayfield's not, right? We've seen that all through time. NBA, certain guys, certain guards or players are going to get calls. Certain guys aren't going to get the same whistle.
Right. Yeah, Jordan rule. That's just what it was. Shaq could come in and you hacking, jump on his back, clothesline him and whatnot, and would still not get a foul. They will not call it. Why? Because they feel Shaq was just a big guy. And so he's easy to throw around and you can handle that. I feel Shaq's pain. I'm a big dude. I don't want to get thrown around and think, the people could just hang on me. Talk to my wife right there. My wife jumped on me. Yeah. Y'all want to get on my wife. I don't know if she's on here or not. But she always try to tackle your boy every chance he gets. I done taught her a couple moves about how to get up underneath people. Boy, she is on me all the time. So it's funny. But yeah, that's just how it is, man. It's the way the cookie crumbles, brother. Some people get it. Some people get it. They've earned that, Marcus. Pat has earned that. But we want to protect Pat. Why? Pat is the face of the NFL. Okay?
Yeah.
He shouldn't be getting licks. Okay?
Just like Brady, Manning, who are the quarterbacks. I mean, because that's the thing. Brady and Manning were getting calls that guys like Carson Palmer and Trent Green weren't getting.
No.
That Brady and Manning's of the world were, but Trent Green and Carson Palmer had to deal with a different set of rules. I mean, that's what it is. Maybe CJ Stroud will get there at one point, but as of right now, he's not on that echelon. Well, we see a Houston fan in the chat. KC's a great team. I don't think we would have won regardless. Play calling is obviously partial for KC. But they are the champs. I don't think he means play calling. I think he means officiating. But well, and that's the thing too. It's like for officiating or not, we'll get into the positional stuff. But 8 sacks, special teams being horrible, that's got nothing to do with the refs. I mean, you're nearly 10 sacks and opening 70-yard kick return. That has nothing to do with the referees. I mean, it is what it is, but nothing to do with it.
Look, there's going to be calls given to each team, and everybody's not going to like it. They're not. I've seen somebody talking about, oh my gosh, these are pivotal calls. Why are they making that call? We need to see. I'm like, we could say that, but hey, yeah, does it continue a drive? Sure, it does. It only got us 3 points. Is what it did. Okay, not to say because you're sitting there saying, well, they shouldn't have get any points at all, but the rules are the rules, right? We got to play them within the bounds of it, brother. That's how it is. G Pick says, was D'Amico Ryans a dirty player? No, D'Amico wasn't a dirty player, man. He's one guy that I would say did it the right way. That sucker was a heat-seeking missile. That joker could ball, and he would hit you. He would absolutely hit you. So,
are you a little disappointed in his presser, in every Texans presser after the fact, saying, it was implying that they were going against not us, they were going against the NFL too. It's like, come on. Like, whereas on the other hand, Dan Campbell and them are, Dan Campbell saying it's on me, but D'Amico Ryans is going to the presser saying, we're going against the NFL and the entire world. It's like, come on. Like, why are you implying the officiating has something to do with the loss here? I think it's ridiculous.
I didn't see it. I didn't see their presser. I didn't see it after the game, So, I mean, I know guys are going to be disappointed, no sense listening to what they got to say too much. I mean, at that certain, at least, for me, I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. And I get guys going to cry about those things. The thing, you're not going to get a game back. Sorry. You could say that. You could write it in. They're not going to return the game saying, oh, well, we made a mistake. The win is you all's. Doesn't work that way. So, yeah, it sucks, and you may feel that you got shafted, if you will. But, hey, man, you had 60 minutes to win this game. 60. Okay? Last time I checked, everybody got 60 minutes. You have to take advantage of the 60 minutes that you got when it comes down to the wire. And so you can't look at those things. I did see a little bit of what Lamar said about Andrew, Mark Andrews. He was like, look, we all messed up. I messed up a couple of times. I ain't going to get on Mark. You go and keep your head up. Shoot, he drops it. You hate for those things to happen. He's pissed off, but he had things that he had to do. He had to take care of, and he didn't. So
yeah, that whole Lamar thing, I some of these Twitter accounts, man, they really screw around because people aren't doing a lot of digging. All they'll see is that clip. Lamar said, "Oh man, we can't stop doing that." It's like because I saw one YouTube clip had that, and it was like Lamar's segment on that.
yeah,
Not the entire context was him saying, "Man, we gotta stop doing that." It's like,
right.
and I think the title was Lamar Jackson blames loss on Mark Andrews. Like,
Yep.
no, listen to the whole
Clickbait.
thing. Yeah,
Clickbait, man. I can't stand things like that. I really can't. It's unfair to both those guys, really, just to do that. But hey, you know what you're gonna get on in there, man. It's open season on lies and deception. So,
yeah.
what else is new?
Yep. But to sum all that up, we're giving the officiating an A+ for Saturday's game.
Well, yeah, I was gonna give the Joker. I was gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B. I think they did a good job.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they moved around pretty good.
Why a B? You know, like the Jawan Taylor penalty they called?
No, I mean, they should have called that. Joker was offside. Matter of fact, they should have called him being in the backfield. I thought they was gonna call him being in the backfield. I'm like, oh man, he's lined up in the backfield. They should definitely call that. They didn't. No, I thought they should have called it.
Yeah,
but they didn't. So
yeah, that's been an inconsistent call all season where they sometimes are on they're on it, and then sometimes they just let it go, and then they call it randomly throughout the game. It's like, wait, what? He's been lined up there the entire time.
I'd have been in that ref's ear, man. He is in the backfield. He is lined up in the backfield. Ref, look at him. Is he breaking the plane of the center? But that's on them to be in the ref's ear.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we just gotta watch. We can't, we gotta be straight, man. What we do, be tight.
I saw a question here, and this is a pretty good one. It was pretty much the question was essentially saying, do you think this is going to change the way? Yeah. My question is, Thomas Pinkerton, what's up, Pinky? My question is, does the complaining of the refs lead to fewer or more calls going forward into the playoffs and the Super Bowl? That's a pretty good question. How do you think this changes the officiating?
They'll pull a crew together and evaluate, what they do, and they'll try to put the best crew that they possibly can for the playoffs and the Super Bowl. That's how it works. So every call gets evaluated, it gets graded. Like I'm grading, these guys. And so when they make this crew come out there, they're still saying you got to make the call. Okay, you have to. Will refs, and I've heard this from my brother. Sometimes they got to let calls go. They can't call it all the time. So it's the same thing. Like there's a good feel of how a game goes, right? You can't disrupt things, but also too, things can't be blatant. You can't just blatantly grab my guy and not call it. Like, it's the same thing. The Eagles thing when he grabbed him, Bradbury grabbed he grabbed him. That's what the grab was. So we got to call it. Sorry, he said the same. Yeah, I grabbed him. Okay, well, don't start fussing. I mean, it is what it is. But I think they'll do a good job, man. Answering your question, Thomas, of trying to be as objective as possible, right? They want the flow of the game to keep going. They're just not going to keep throwing flags. But I think they'll do a good job.
Yeah, but I believe they assigned the ref earlier. I was trying to find the name of the ref they signed for the game this weekend against the Bills. Have not seen it. I'm trying to find it online. I can't see it, but yeah, they've assigned the ref this weekend.
I got to go back and check his pressers. I hear everybody's talking about what they said. D'Amico, they said Stroud said something.
Yeah, it was a lot of implications of other factors at play. Joe Mixon was the first one I saw. Joe Mixon already has bad blood with us going back to Cincinnati. But he was like, we knew what it was before coming in here. We all know, we always know how it is when it comes to Kansas City and how games are called essentially. So it's like,
right. Yeah. Joe going to say something, that.
Yeah.
Been kicking his ring in for a while.
Yeah.
So.
But all right, so now we're gonna get to ball JD X's and O's. Enough about the official. I thought that was just funny to do, just because it's been such a hot topic.
That's good topic.
So Andy Reid and Matt Nagy, how did you feel the play calling was on Saturday?
Andy and Nagy's grade. I'll say the first half, I think it was just all right. I didn't see anything really special. There was a couple things we probably could hit on. and it was trying to get back into the mix, really. I mean, I think that's what it really was, because they had been out of it for so long that you don't want to overcomplicate things. But also, too, there's certain things you got to try, things you got to do. And we didn't get to run the football. We didn't get to run the football like we should have. Was part of that because some of the blocking wasn't as good as it should have been? Sure. Yeah, but you just can't abandon that early. For us to get down, for Nico to get all the way down to where he got to, and then we come out with 3 points, the first 2 drives we had, I think we should have did a much better job. The play calling, like you said, was the one I think you texted me when we gave it to Worthy on the reverse. He was like, "Oh man, getting cute, right? Here we go, getting cute." I agree with you. I was like, "Man, come on, man, right down the pipe. That's how it's got to be." But I think second half did a little bit better. Obviously, we got to be a much better team, much better calling against the Bills for sure. So everybody's giving them a C. I'll give them a C plus. I'll give them a C plus.
I saw. We'll get to the running backs later. It's a kind of a comment about Kareem starting. We'll get to running backs later. But I saw.
Go ahead.
I saw an interesting tweet from one of your former teammates on Twitter talking about the running back situation. We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to running backs.
Okay. What's up, Stu? Stu's on here. What's up?
Hey.
Everybody's complaining. Reminds me of someone. Eagles versus Chiefs, good bet to get to the Super Bowl. Be a good one. That'd be a good one. Shoot, Eagles look pretty good. A solid team. They're a solid team. But we'll see, man. Washington looks really good. They look really good. So it's going to be a good game. Yeah. He said, always complain and remind you of somebody. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Those Stu. All right. So I will say I did like, especially when you get a good field position like we did to start the game out to stall. Like it almost seemed like Andy's first 15 plays didn't count for us starting where we started. Right away, we started in the red zone. We had to or near the red zone. But yeah, I didn't like the play calling at all. But I will say I did like how towards the end of the game, they saw that Kareem was the hot hand, and we never saw Pacheco again, and they went with Kareem. And I did like that. That was, some awareness from our coaching staff finally.
Man, you should have had to wait that long, to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
But I get, hey, man, they want to get Pacheco going. And you should, right? Very talented back for us. He's a hell of a player. We've been wanting to get Pacheco back. Yeah. So we just got to get him going, man. We got to get some holes open for him to get him going and get him flowing. That's the problem. That's the issue. And I think any of those guys are trying to do that. And then all of a sudden, when it wasn't necessarily working with him, let's go with Kareem. Watch a big boy come in, you know what I mean, with the heavy shoulders, and the twist and the turn to get those extra yards. So I'm glad we did, though.
Yeah, man, he's got juice. He's really amped up for this playoffs.
Yes, sir. Dana Sherry said nobody's hungrier than 29. That's a fact.
Exactly.
Fact. Sucker look good, boy. Woo! Man, I was like, that's what there we go. Give it to Kareem Hunt. Let him eat, let him cook, whatever he need to do. Sling his dreads around a little bit. You're crazy, Kareem.
That's what we've been wanting for the last 2 years. We've been wanting to get a Kareem Hunt. When people were commenting on our channel saying, "Oh, you guys are crazy for wanting Kareem Hunt back," and hey, look at him being a playoff hero for us.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get into some of these questions. There's some good questions. I'm going to get back there too. So
yeah.
All right.
All right. So QB grade, JD. Everyone is talking about the penalties, but no one's talking about this insane throw that Patrick Mahomes had. Just one of one, man. I've only seen a few guys do that. He does this. At least he gives us one of these gems at least once a year, and I feel like people aren't enjoying it as much as they should be enjoying that throw. But I think everybody in Chiefs Kingdom was enjoying it. But the whole football world was clouded by penalties. Then you get to enjoy this beautiful throw by Pat.
Yeah. So I think Pat did a pretty decent job. You could tell he was just hungry to come out and play. And what Pat has to be aware of, and I know he's cognizant of this, is try not to do too much when he doesn't need to. And some of the running around that I saw was a little concerning to me. I'm just like, Pat, why you just keep your feet, planted, okay, and go. Now, he was getting some pressure, okay? We'll talk about that a little bit, so there was a couple of things the guys was bringing down his neck. They got a great pass rush. Okay, they got a great defensive line. We know that. But there was some balls, man, that Pat was just dropping in the bucket. And I was just like, "Dad, God, Pat, that was a good throw." Like the one to Hollywood, that was a great throw. The one to Travis, getting it over the, it looked like maybe, I don't think it was a cover 2 corner. I don't think he had cloud coverage, but he just dropped it over it. And Travis got around, Silky Smooth getting around the corner. Pat dropped it right there into him. Perfect touch pass. Perfect. The Pat man played a good game. These things that you see, the heroic effort that he makes to make things happen is why we love him. Okay. And I don't care, but there is nobody else in the NFL I would want at that position to win a Super Bowl than this guy right here. Period. Bar none. And I know everybody else has their favorites and everything, but I know they be like, yeah, you know what? I take Patrick Mahomes too. They ain't gonna tell everybody else, but they like, I take 15 because he's damn good and he shows up every single game. But he's not without criticism. I think Pat did a pretty decent job. There was a couple of things a little rusty at. A couple of throws back behind DeAndre Hopkins on the slant. Also, too, there could have been maybe some balls and stuff there. I think Pat played a decent game. And I'm going to give Pat a B-. That's what I got down for him. This game.
Yeah, I see a lot of B's and C's. So JD, you're right on the kind of the threshold where all the fans are in the chat. Yeah. Magic is second to none.
Yeah. I mean, certain guys, right, that you have in games and whatnot. You go to any sport, and you saying the ball's in his hand, he's going to make something happen, and that's what you want. And Pat is that guy. He is in the NFL. Not to say there's no other guys that do that, but for us, man, Patrick Mahomes is him. He's him. So, ain't no much more to say about that, brother.
Yeah, 100%. And then another playoff moment for Pat with that beautiful touchdown pass to Kelsey.
That's right.
All right, G. Now we get to the running back grade. We kind of mentioned it a little bit, but the tweet I want to talk about, Mark Borichter. This is going to be an unpopular opinion to Chiefs fans.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to be an unpopular opinion to Chiefs fans. The run game and the majority of carries need to go to Kareem Hunt.
Really? That's controversial?
I mean, it's a lot. You got. Well, we talked about before. There's the pro Pacheco group, the pro Kareem Hunt group, and then you got the Chief fans who's one of the best for the team group. And yes, it's become a controversial opinion to a lot of the Pacheco camp.
Yeah. Obviously, Tato Free said Kareem Hunt A+, Pacheco a D. So we do this in totality. Okay, is what we do. All right, for the entire group. So that means some JP Ryan, and it means of course Carson Steele, all the guys that played that position. But I'll say this: the running back position, obviously, like you say, sometimes you got to run with the odd hand, and as a running back, you got to have consistency. Part of the consistency is getting him into a rhythm, okay? Running the football, get him in and out the huddle, letting him find the holes. And so sometimes guys need to get hit a few times to feel like, okay, now I'm being part of the game. Pop didn't necessarily get going. I think he had one decent run, maybe for like 6 yards, it was like 6 or 7 yards I think he had to go back into it, actually see. But he just never, and he dropped the pass, in the very beginning, also too. And I think, man, he just packs another one. He's a guy that wants to do well, like all the guys want to do well, and he can't do more than what you're supposed to do. So I love Pac and Kareem Hunt, but Kareem came in, man, he played tremendous, and he got his first down. He started pulling through. They didn't want to tackle Kareem Hunt. The sucker started getting into the secondary, and that was it. That's what Kareem Hunt did. And so Neff, right, is my nephew who was a running back. He knows exactly what that position is. Lack of vision is Puck's problem. I think so too. I think it's, and the reason you have vision problems is because he's not patient. That's the patience come with it. And I know that's why he wants to do well. So if he's just patient with it, let everything develop, fine. But we got to do some things up front to help him out too. I'm sorry. Okay. So it's not all his fault. Yeah, it might be part of his vision. He's a smaller guy. But if he's able to get like a little bit, he's fine. But also too, being a smaller guy, you get hit or somebody get grabbed, you're going down. Okay. And that's what ends up happening with him. Kareem Hunt, well, you better hold on for dear life. And you better hold on some more. And so when that joker turns his body around and just start driving them legs, he's a different animal altogether. He looked like he was crowd surfing on one of them. I don't know if you see that or not. I just started laughing. But for the running backs, great. P. Ryan came in, did a good job running his routes, doing some blocks, steal as well on special teams. But I'm gonna give the running backs, man. I'm gonna give them a B-.
I want to show this just to talk about.
Yes, sir.
I want to show this one clip that I saw online. Someone slow-moed it. I mean, this is beautiful, man. I mean, this is just unreal.
You're talking about this bounce?
I mean, just look at him find this hole. You don't see it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he sees it.
Can he move us to the other side? Is that possible?
Oh, are we? Oh, shoot!
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
Way, so we can't.
Sorry.
See
let's go back to it. Sorry, I just ruined that moment, guys.
Appreciating.
I mean, to spot that. Look at that. Get skinny.
Yeah, he's running today like, man. When he did that jump cut right there, look at that. Yes, sir. That's it for football folks right there now. Whoop.
That's vision.
Slide. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what this is zone on the front side, okay? So everybody understands.
Yeah, and the thing about Pop's vision, which Chad mentioned in the chat, that was kind of his thing. His first year when he first came in, we kind of talked about that, how there wasn't much there. Last year we saw him develop big time. It was leaps and bounds from his rookie season. This year we really haven't seen him that much. Now we're seeing him, and I think YB kind of commented on it. We're seeing it now, the kind of direct comparison now between the differences between a polished RB versus a guy who's still. He's still becoming into his own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. That's beautiful right there, baby. That is a beautiful run.
It's pretty.
Like you said, that's a jump cut vision, right? And he sees it because he kind of sets up. So he sees that peak. You see that peak of that defender? He knows immediately. Okay, fine. You got one cut on zone, one, and then you go. That's how it works. He can't cut out again. That's not how it's supposed to work. If he does, then buys beware. He's on his own. But he knows he got one cut and he goes. And that's exactly what happened. So that's a beautiful run right there. Beautiful run. So he's been doing it for a long time, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's second nature to him. And Pop, man, is I wish I showed the very first one that he ran. Settle came off on Humphreys, blew him up in the backfield, got his arm on him, and just pulled him down. Creed got to do a much better job, getting on that guy. But it started out with him and Mike Caliendo. Mike got to help him out on that double team going up to the linebacker. Okay, and I wish I had gotten that and showed it, Marcus. But that is part of like fundamentals of technique that you have to do, especially on zone. Like you see these two guys, and I'll probably have it where they're fighting. Creed is coming off, Mike Caliendo is coming off with him. They got to be in sync with one another, going the same way. Mike turns his shoulder. So in essence, what he's doing is he's pushing on the defender and Creed's pushing on the defender. And what you're doing is you're fighting against each other as opposed to being side by side with each other, moving up to the next level. So, and ain't Park's fault. It's not. So it's just what it is, man. But that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, man, hold on. So I'm going to get into optimistic James. We're going to get into that optimistic James because we're going to get into the linebacker, O-line.
Yeah,
right?
we're about to get to that.
Yeah. E- is what we got for the running backs. Okay, let's go. Let's move.
All right. Xavier Worthy. Well, yeah, just Xavier Worthy because it seems like he was going to catch a ball on Saturday as far as receivers wise. But we've seen some of the other guys get targeted. But JD, what did you make of the wide receiver group?
You know what, man? I because he was able to get the ball, Hollywood Brown almost pulled one in. Did a great job. The defender just made a better play to pull it in. I thought Hollywood had it at first. He actually almost did. And, got to the ground and kind of pulled it out, dislodged itself. So I think they did a decent job. Pat threw one behind, obviously, D-Hop. Need to get him involved as well. Noah Gray's, kind of, almost non-existent. Juju wasn't doing some things. But that guy right there, number one, I'm going to tell you what type of game he played. That guy right there, man, he understands what playoffs are all about. And he's learned from D-Hop, Juju, Travis Kelce, all the guys that's been there, what it is all about. And he stepped up to the moment. He's not catching that first one. We're not in the position to score. I'm sorry. So he catches that one right here behind him, and it's a great catch just going up to go get it. That's his athletic ability. There's so much things, man. I don't think we've unlocked everything that he can do, that Xavier Worthy can do, man. That is to me the most exciting thing. It's because how good he can be. He's good now, but now he's getting better and better and better. Ran an out route that was perfect, fast, foot in the ground, out your break, but you got to get the first down. It's a little bit thing you got to learn on that. But shoot, it was a good route. It was a good route in itself. So I don't know if he was deep enough or not, but obviously you've got to get to the sticks. It's another thing you just got to know as a veteran. But the wide receivers in the group, I think they did a decent job. So I'm going to give those guys, I got a B down. That's what I got. I'm going to keep them at a B. That's what I got down. Keep them at that.
I don't really understand the I thought we talked about it. The regular season was over. We thought we were going to see a lot more D-Hop, especially against his old team. And I think he has the lowest snap count with us since he's been on the team. He played 16 snaps, 31% of our snaps. His lightest workload as a member of the Chiefs. He played 23 snaps in his debut. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the reason I'm a reasoning part of like what this B is, okay, is you could only catch what's thrown to you. You can only contend what somebody's giving you. And there was times that guys were open. There was times that sometimes we only ran like 2 or 3 man routes against 7 in coverage. Daggone. You already outnumbered. You are. And so the Texans had a good game plan as far as how they was going to stop us. So you flood everybody in the zones, in those areas, and you force them to get open. Well, while you're doing that, okay, and you're trying to get into lanes, okay, the passing lanes, that gives your, pass rush time to get back there to the quarterback. That's how they played it. And they knew they had to live on that. And they was doing a hell of a job doing it. Sometimes it takes guys to make plays like this. Sometimes, Hollywood Brown going up to make a play, it takes that. I wish we had a chance to get a couple more shots. But when you feel like sometimes you got to max protect, which we did, it takes you out of it. That's why Travis Kelce was able to get open. Travis does a masterful job of understanding what Pat is going to be, anticipating him and both Pat on the same wavelength. You just know, okay, Travis is going to move to the next window. He's going to move to the next window. So, and you see the majestic part of them playing together. That's what it is. So,
but you're right. we're just scratching the surface with Xavier Worthy. We've seen the development go like from quick passes just to, and I think you mentioned before, one of the biggest things that you loved about the D-Hop aspect was having a professional receiver, a pro's pro, come to the room, and you kind of see him take off since D-Hop, and D-Hop's even talked about taking Worthy under his wing, and you kind of see that in this right here. We're talking about a guy who a lot of people thought, oh, he's just a deep threat. He's a quick screen guy. He's just a deep threat, a gadget guy. No gadget guy's doing that. That ball, underthrown ball, and he just went up and got it. I mean, that was also kind of a weird throw too. When he did it, I was like, "Oh, what's going on there?" I thought it was a major underthrow, but he goes up and gets it. Didn't matter. Nasty catch, man.
Yeah, we had to contort his body over to go jump up and go. Man, come on now. Shoot, yeah, I love that. And everybody's saying the same thing. You know, since D-Hop's been there, he has exploded as a receiver. But D-Hop said he reminds me of me when I was younger, when I came in the league. I was hungry for knowledge. I was asking there everything that I possibly could. He said he's doing the exact same thing. He said that's why he's going to be great. And this right here, result of that. It's a result of it. So,
yeah, gotta love the vets that we have surrounded our young guys around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, now we're gonna go to tight end JD, and I thought this was probably the image of the weekend. You had Mahomes' throw, a great image. And you had Worthy's catch, another good image. But this, Kelsey standing over Shair in the end zone. I thought that was a nice image after his touchdown grab. But JD, what did you make of the tight end room on Saturday?
You know what, man? Travis did a great job, man, running routes, catching the football, getting up the field. Exceptional job. I'm doing that. His blocker was just okay. So they're not getting an A+. Sorry. Not even an A. And so there's some things that you got to do because one of those blocks put us in a position that gives us 3 points. Yeah, it should have probably been a much better call by the coordinator, by Nagy and Andy, as opposed to running Worthy on that reverse, putting Travis on a compromise against Anderson. Anderson just kind of blew him up. That was where the loss came in. And so there was a couple other things, man, that, just kind of slipped off of and whatnot. But I know Trav, he's a hard guy on himself. But what I like about it is when those things happen, he still comes back and plays. He comes back and still blocks. He does a hell of a job. And I'm telling you, man, just watching these playoffs on guys that are blocking tight end wise, Trav is up here. He is. Selfless player. So I'm gonna give the tight ends, man. I'm gonna give them a B+. That's what they got for me.
Yeah, you had someone who commented earlier, Mr. 93 Battle. I've never seen that name before, but welcome to the group, buddy. I'm a Chiefs fan, but Kelsey did not block. Kind of echoing what you kind of said there, JD.
I agree. He didn't block enough. He did not block enough and I'm being generous on the B+. Okay, Mr. 93 Battle, but I do agree with you. There were some plays out there that could definitely have done better. But he made up for it for, the catching and the yak yards and all those different things. Noah did a pretty decent job. So that's why I gave him a B+. You could give him a B, but that's where they are. B+ is where they live in.
JD,
wait.
I'm just questioning you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Chief concerns blocking. That block by 88 on the sub screen or whatever to spring Worthy for a first down.
Shoot. Hey, man, he's supposed to do his job. That's, hey, there you go. That boy. Hey, so, and Worthy making it up the field too. That's another thing, man. I love that. He's just getting, silky smooth. Just trying to get skinny. I mean, he's already skinny, but I'm just saying he's using power and speed to get up through. So,
JD, you got Ray and G Picker all saying that they probably wouldn't have passed if you were if you were their teacher.
Hey, listen, if y'all act right, y'all bring me an apple. Okay, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do now, and I absolutely would be gracious to you all in the grading. Okay, so. You can't be out there acting up and then expect a good pick or good grade. Can't do it. Oh, come on, teacher. Shoot, you acting up. Can't do that.
Yeah, JD's the type of teacher. If you're nice and polite, respectful, he'll throw you extra credit at the end of the semester. Bring me this, and maybe we can see what we can do.
Bring me up every once in a while, man. Y'all good kids. Y'all what's the name of y'all act straight. I'm good. Y'all good with me. Y'all good with me. Do your work. Right? And see Ray 028. Ray 028. You have your parents when they want to come to school fuss me out. Ray's a good kid, and he don't get on him. And when he's at home, he's as respectful as ever. Ray's out there just tearing everything up. No, I don't think it was. It's good. It's good.
I'm there with a nice little. It's a good movie, Real Genius. I'm the kid that would have brought the exploding apple like Val Kilmer in Real Genius. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a solid movie. It was a mid '80s movie. Great movie.
Yeah. Omni Brown, I would have known it was you too. I bet. I was like, yep, okay, that's Omni Brown. I had a joker, man, like this every single day. Do you see him go down to the teacher, to the principal office, hold him up? It's Omni Brown. Got him. Oh, shoot. All
right, so I think Optimistic James wanted you to talk O-line, JD. And
yes.
Here's your wish. Here's your wish, Optimistic James, the O-line.
We go. O-line great. So I'll try to make this short. But the O-line did a decent job. Of course, there was a couple plays that guys just didn't get the job done. What I've been yearning for all year is for guys to come out the football and hit guys in the mouth. Anytime we have trap blocks, we run power. Anytime that we run zone, I'm looking for the fits to be seamless in how I know they're supposed to be. Okay. And that's how I'm going to grade the guys. And so for me, I didn't see enough of that. Very first of it, you can tell these guys are going up against each other for the past couple of weeks. They just need somebody else to hit. So sometimes you're not in that live action. It absolutely shows itself. Okay. And I do believe that it kind of, you can see it. You can see it at times on film. At times I will see the kick out, not getting up underneath him. Mike Caliendo, got to root him out, man. You can't just put your hands on him. When you coming over there, you got to come over with bad intentions when you kicking people out. Same thing up front. When we sitting over there, we're moving up to the next level. We got to make sure that our hips are together, hands up, and moving up to the next level. Help your guy beside you out. That's the way it works. Juwan Taylor, you got to be mean when you're coming down, all right, on the double team with Trey Smith, or Trey goes to the backside linebacker. Creed Humphrey, you got to be mean. You come against Tim Settle, you got to overtake the block, okay? I need to see some grittiness, some meanness from our O-line when it comes into the playoffs, man. We need to get down and dirty, right? That's what I need to see. Sometimes it becomes an issue because we're throwing the football enough that we don't have these guys don't have a chance to do that. So Optimistic James is asking, can DJ Humphries do the things that that Joe Tooney is doing? Can he help out in the run game? Absolutely. One thing that DJ Humphrey you don't ever have to worry about is this man coming off the football and hitting guys in the mouth. I think that's one of the strong points in his game is he comes off, man, and he'll absolutely light guys up. And he's one of those that he'll jump on you, he'll hit your legs, hit you into the side. He's an older, crappier guy. And that's what I'm saying. How can Humphrey help the run game? He ain't playing constantly in 2.5. Consistently, constantly in 2.5. You talking about Humphrey, DJ Humphreys, or you talking about Creed Humphrey?
It's good. It's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. Who you talking about? But let me finish into my point. He's, those guys got to do more of that. Okay. They have to do more of it. And I need to see a much more grittier and grimier offensive line. That's what I need to see. So Pat ain't plug and play. He extra work, JD. He extra work, DJ. I don't know. DJ, I think. So Creed is fine. Creed is fine. He needs to be better on certain plays. Sometimes when Creed comes up against Okay, DJ Humphrey. I'll talk about Creed first. Sometimes Creed comes up against some big boys up front, and he's going to be finding some coming in this week against the Bills. He's got to take it over, and it's going to be tough, especially, man, when these guys are just good at penetrating, getting up the field. He's got to come off the ball when he's snapping it. Okay, there's times that Creed has gotten beat. Okay, he just needs to be better. Okay, and that's like taking it over. Look, I played this game. I played 160-something games, okay? 160-something games. I know how hard that is for a guy to do it consistently over and over again. He's going to lose some. Like I said, let me talk to myself. Yes, these guys are going to lose some battles. Some they're going to win. We know that. We want consistency. That's what Optimix James talking about. DJ Humphrey, is he consistent to do it? For 2.5 years, DJ Humphrey, he can block his tail off. He absolutely can. Can he hold up against a pass rush? Could DJ Humphrey give us what Joe Tooney gave us in the game? That's the question. That's the question. Because if he can, then he needs to be in there. We need to move Joe Tooney back down to left guard. Joe Tooney, and you can see in space some of the blocking, how it's different from a guard and a tackle. And it's just technique. It's things that you just know. I'm just making it. I'm just telling you, because sometimes you're gonna have a wide guy that tackles had to get out there on and open up, crossover, and all those different things, and root out and get up underneath them. So that's the way it's got to work. DJ is no Tooney. We ain't saying DJ is Tooney. I'm not saying that, but Tooney is better than Mike Caliendo, and DJ and Joe Tooney is a better combination in my book than Tooney and Mike Caliendo. And it's not taking anything away from Mike Caliendo at all. So I'm not comparing DJ to the Tooney, but don't get it wrong, man. Don't think that DJ's chopped liver. I don't know why everybody's just thinking this. We want to call this guy in if he was. If he didn't hurt his knee, DJ Humphrey will still be employed by somebody. I guarantee that. Okay, and that's the only reason he was on the block is because of the injury. So he's been trying to get himself back. So I'm one of those, Marcus. Shoot, if this is 1 year for DJ Humphrey, who's to sitting there say, why not try to get him and get him somewhere else for another year or extend it?
Yeah,
seriously. I mean, that's where I'm at. If his knee starts getting healthier and all that, man, why not? Why not?
I'd like to see him. I mean, if we do extend him, right, if we do re-sign him for another a short-term deal, they obviously see something in practice they like. But for me as a fan, I would like to see a little bit more sample size from him in game if we were to do that, just so I can see what we're getting ourselves into. Because so far, what we've gotten, not enough to say. Let me ask you, because last time we played Buffalo, we had Wanye out there. Do you have your notes from that week? I'm just curious. I don't remember off the top of my head what you had said about the O-line that week against Buffalo.
You know what? I'm not sure, but from what I said, I think I said I don't think Wanye played a terrible game. Obviously, he was still playing hurt. We know that. Part of the problem was because he just wasn't able to anchor. He wasn't as stout and strong, and that's what we need up front. Okay, and this is going to go from O-line to D-line. We got to be stout up front. This game that we about to walk into, okay, with the Buffalo Bills, the game is going to be won up front. I want everybody to understand this. Okay, this game, for everything else around them, the game is going to be won up front. The Bills have a great O-line. If they start teeing off on our defensive tackles and getting up to our linebackers, it's going to be a long game for us. Because then Cook gets off, Josh Allen starts getting off. Okay, you see Ray Davis come in. He starts slashing him a little bit. Hey, we cannot do it on D-line. We got to be stout on that. Same thing on our offensive line. Okay, we got to stop the pass rush, but we got to establish the run. They got Milano back. Okay, who's a great linebacker. But we got to be able to get up to Milano, okay? And I'm talking about we got to roll great guys. We got to have guys that's in there that are nasty, that are tough, that are hungry. We got those guys. Our guys are those guys, okay? Make no mistake about it. So I don't care if it's Mike Caliendo, Joe Tooney, DJ Humphrey, Juwan Taylor, Wanya Morris. I don't care who it is that comes in the game. They got to come in and play with some nastiness. Pure and simple. Those guys know that. I ain't telling them something they don't already know. Okay? So if it's probably part of it is like the hype up answer is what I'm giving them. Okay? These guys could be that much better because I know they are. So hopefully they got this underneath their belt, man. But it's going to be a dogfight come Sunday. It's going to be an absolute dogfight. And I tell you what, these guys are going to get ready. They better be in the weight room throwing up some weights. They be throwing some things around now, some caddies. Get the Cadillacs. That's what it is. So that's how it works, man. In the NFL, for this game up here, it is won in the trenches for this game. I promise you. Okay? You heard it here first. So
this maybe something we'll talk about on Wednesday, but as of right now, you would not be surprised if they say DJ Humphries is our left tackle going into Sunday. You wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, not at all. Not at all. So I know people's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay. Well, if you want to make it better, you might have to do some tinkering to it. You might have to fix it. So if part of the problem has been some of your run game and see some of the fits, maybe you sitting there thinking like, we maybe need to tinker a little bit. Maybe we need to switch it up somewhat. I ain't got no problem with it. Look, I'm good either way, Marcus. Look, let me make this clear for everybody out here, okay? So while we sitting here and we saying this as a definitive answer, I will always defer everything to Andy, to how he feels about it. He knows how the guys look, what they're sitting there saying, how they breathe, how they eat. He sees it all. And Andy, and heck too, he knows. Those guys know. Okay? I'm gonna always defer for them. They know better than I do. All right? So that's why I'll leave it. I'm fine whoever they put in. Because they trust them. If they put them in, they trust them. All right? Shoot. If they like it, I love it. If they like it, I love it. So
and also too, like you're not just saying this yourself. Reed said this weeks ago that when DJ Humphries was healthy, he would be the guy at left tackle. So like maybe he's not as healthy as they say, but he did say this. So like you're saying this obviously, but Andy Reid also said this. So for people saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously DJ Humphries is not ready yet, but Andy did say when he was healthy he would be their guy. So
absolutely. And so if he's sitting there saying we will see how this looks, and that's they're evaluating. Okay, they're not ruling out. If it was the definitive answer, it's like, no, Tooney got it. Joe's got it.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
So
there wouldn't have been that rotation last week.
Absolutely. It's full evaluation. From what we understand, DJ Humphries got 70% of the snaps in practice. That's who he was getting. And I see my guy on here, Don Peters, said, man, they probably needed to run live. Yeah, I'm sure. As close to live as you possibly can. Okay? That's the thing about when you get into playoffs, there's only certain things you can possibly do so you don't hope guys don't get hurt over something silly, And yeah, guys want to go live, but sometimes guys get hurt like that. God, why did I go live? So you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that. So
yeah. So obviously we'll be monitoring the left tackle spot again for the next another week of doing that. So we'll be monitoring that all week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay. Now we're going to go to the other side of the ball. We're going Spags. By the way, look at this pregame Spags, man. He's got his bag there. That's where he's got all his toys and all his plays in there.
Hold on. Canada said, I don't agree with that. That's why they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Who said that? Did Andy say that?
As far as I know, Andy did not say that.
Andy didn't say that. So who's making these quotes? If Andy said that quote, okay, fine. I have yet to hear Andy say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Maybe y'all could bring it up. I haven't heard that. All I've heard Andy say is, I'm going to see what DJ Humphries is. Okay? That's, and to be honest with you, that's what we do as coaches. We evaluate guys every single day. Okay? And we look at, and just like I'm doing, I got my notes, I'll take my little pen. You know what Andy does? When Andy Heck, he said, how does DJ look today? And Andy's getting his eyes on him every single day. And he's sitting there saying, how's he look? How's he moving? You think he's ready? What do you feel like going with? Is it Joe this week? Is Tooney better? Is this okay? All right. That's the evaluation. So when we keep hearing we use all these sayings and we broke, don't fix. Hey man, ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, sometimes you will make things better. So if you can't improve things, absolutely do it. That's a quote. You can make improvements. There's room for improvement. So,
yeah.
All right.
All right, JD. Now we're gonna go to defense. Spags was in his bag, baby.
Yes, sir. Look, Spags. Obviously it's about putting guys in the right position to make plays. The Spags is doing that. What I do love about Spags is very patient. When he's going to attack you, what he's going to do to you, he's going to back you into a corner that make you think that you got him. Okay, that's what I love about Spags. Spags is cerebral in his calling, his play calling. He's just y'all wait. We'll get there. Okay, they're not exploding. Fine, let's go ahead and start calling it. And then all of a sudden he opens up the floodgates and he brings the dogs. Okay, and he tells them, "Sick them, go get them." And that's what he does. Okay, and when he does that, man, them guys are ready to go get blood, go get that red meat. And that's what I love about Spags, man. Spags knows that he trusts his guys to do their job. Okay, Spags, without a doubt, Ray said A for it, man. Yeah, Spags right there, man. B+. You give him an A. I mean, that's B+ for me for Spags. B+. But I love when he opens the meeting, he takes the leash off guys. Go get them. Yeah, go get them. Woof, right here, yeah. Do a little growling. Not only that, man, but what I love about Spags is very creative. I love how they move. They was moving Chris in and out, Charles Omenihu in and out for guys to get, now Chris gets one-on-ones, okay? Usually we get out there by himself, he's going to get one-on-ones. He's inside, he's going to get double teamed. And there was a little explosion from Chris that on the inside is hard, right? Because he's still there. They said he was rubbing his calf a little bit. Still going to be a little sore. This is when he goes full speed. This is when guys start cutting you and all these different things. Those things do happen. But yeah, that Spags definitely get a B+ for me.
Yeah, I would say after that long drive, that 30-play drive they had to start the quarter out, I think the Spags just went into a different mode, man. He went to beast mode, and that was it. And that was it after that.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, you mentioned Chris Jones and the D line, JD, and I think we might have seen I don't know. I'm not going to predict it, but we might have seen the coming out party for FAU. We might have seen it this past weekend. We might have seen it.
FAU did a decent job. He made some good plays. He's doing a good job in the run game. I still want to see a little bit more in the pass rush from him. I think he'll get there. He's another guy we got to be patient with. But Kalafkis, man, that joker was all over him. And I just love his motor because regardless of what you do, you try to beat this guy down, he's going to keep coming after you. And especially in the playoffs like this, that's the type of guy you need. And so I always keep, heaping his praises because I know that's what he's going to do, right? Smaller guy, he kind of get bottled up maybe in the run game as much. Matter of fact, he gave up one where he should have probably wrong arm, the guard coming around. He's supposed to kick that guy back inside. And that's when, got the Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon did a little bounce, got around, man. And there it is. So, there's some things he got to work with. The 3 sacks, man, did a great job getting out to him. Omenihu, same thing, getting up through the ground, switching him around. I think that's the plan. I think that's the blueprint when you do to go beat these teams. But the guys up front, okay, in the run game, we have to be better. We got to be better in our stoutness, right? We got to be better in our stoutness. And so we can look at, giving up 12 points was phenomenal, incredible job. And so we pick and choose how we sit there and look at things. I give my D line, I give him a D, I give him a B. Give him a B.
Nice to see Charles Manhu get a sack against his old team, and I think they posted in like the local Houston paper a picture of him doing that with CJ Stroud on the ground. I think he quote tweeted on Twitter yesterday. But Karlaftis, we thought he was going to have a really breakout year as far as sack wise this year, becoming like that, taking that next step. He didn't really see that this year, but gets 3 sacks in this game, almost halving what he getting half what he had on the season with 8 sacks he had in the season. He had 3 in this game. So yeah, good for him to step up in the postseason.
Absolutely. And like Greg Rose is saying and Don Peterson, we need to stop the run. We do. We was a sieve at a certain point. And I was just like, what are we doing? And we couldn't get off blocks. We getting double team, and that was letting our guys. They were coming off the double team, like I was sitting there saying, Mike and them coming up to the second level, next level. That's how they were doing it to our linebackers. Exactly what they were doing to our guys. So, yeah.
All right. Okay. Dom Jones, Marcus's Barber gets a C+. When is he going to finish it? Only jesting. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Okay. All right, linebackers, JD. You kind of mentioned it. You're going back and forth with someone during the game, which I think is hilarious when people just go back and forth about like dogging our players during a game. So just watch the game, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Jeez, right? I mean, here's the problem. This is what I was trying to explain to the guy I was kind of having a debate with. Okay, someone in an argument. They were blaming, Nick Bolton for not making the plays. And, what's Nick doing? He's supposed to be a great run stopper. Well, he can't be a great run stopper when he's got guys in his lap. He can't be a great run stopper when the guard is coming off the ball and getting up on him. That takes our defensive line, a defensive tackle, to make sure you get those guys off of it. Those defensive tackles got to take 2. You have to. And so for linebackers to do a job, then guess what? The D-line's got to do their job. That's a good thing about defense. Defense, everybody has to be in sync with one another, okay? And so we start looking at these grades. You start seeing why these things are connected and whatnot. There's, a correlation to what guys and how they play, on how they do. So I don't care. When I say I don't care what you have as a linebacker. If you don't have an effective D-line in front of you, stopping a run, you're not going to be an effective linebacker. I'm sorry, you're just not. If you start looking at the best linebackers in the league, okay, over the years in the history, they always had a great D-line in front of them. Always. There was guys that caused interference that, look, when Ray, okay, all right, Ray Lewis was running sideline to sideline because he could run and he could plug holes, he could do all those different things. He had Big Goose in front of him, okay? Goose wasn't going to, you ain't going to just block Goose with one guy. It ain't going to work like that. He'd tell him, man, Goose, go, you got to get 2. And so that's how they played. When you see Urlacher and those guys, when they sit there running, you could go to, Singletary and whatnot. Look and see who he had in front of him. Who he is and why he was who he was. Same thing. Derek Brooks, those guys down there with Tampa Bay. Why? Sapp and all those other guys inside there. That's a fact. That's what allows those guys to run and make plays. That's exactly why. So you got to be effective for the linebackers to get there. Go ahead.
No, I was just to say, a lot of people forget that when we talk about the Ravens teams. I mean, like Syracuse, Michael McCary, Peter Bulwer. I mean, there's a bunch of guys on that up front that made life easier for him. So.
Absolutely. I played against all them guys. I know. And I know what the house was up front. Denver teams, when, they had the guys up front, I just had him, Wilson, Al Wilson in the middle, hard nosed. But he had a D-line in front of him that was going to let him run to where he needs to run to. Need to get open, hit the holes, and do the things he need to do. So that's part of what linebacker play is, okay? You got to hit the gaps. You got to hit there fast. You got to make sure those guys in front of you are doing their job. And I'll tell you, any linebacker will tell you, man, keep those guys off of me. They'll tell them. That's why Bolton moves those guys around to get them to position to make plays. So we got to do a much better job up front, as far as that with the run game. And so that's how that works. So when we looking at those, that's how I go through the evaluation. With that being said, I think Bolton didn't play the average game, just decent. Nothing, I don't think they did anything spectacular in itself. They were just, solid like they should be. Now, some plays probably should have did a little bit better. Tranquil could have did a little bit better. Chanel probably could have did a little bit better. Bob probably could have did a little bit better. But I'm going to give my linebackers, I'm going to give them a C+. That's what I'm going to give them. They're right there at C+.
And also, too, I feel like you'll get to the secondary in a second, but I feel like Bolton, for some reason, has been, pinpointed all year long as to whenever a tight end has a big game against us. He's the one everyone points to that's his guy. Justin Reed's getting dominated by tight ends on a weekly basis, but somehow I see people online calling Bolton out for that.
Listen, here's part of the problem, okay? One of it is you have some people out here who don't want to sign Bolton. They don't want to sign him. They know it's going to come up that he has to be signed at the end of this year, so what do? So talk down on him, get rid of him, okay? But you have other guys that sit over here, the coaches, analysts, and all those talking about how great the Chiefs defense is with a Nick Bolton in there. Spags talks about that. Spags is like, that's my mind out there. So when I'm sitting over here, Nick knows what he needs to do. He knows what everybody needs to do. He said, I love to have Nick out here. And look, listen to Spags speak praise, he prays up on him, okay, on Bolton. And there's a reason for it. He ain't fluffing him up. You're not fluffing him up. Nick Bolton is a leading tackle for a reason. The guy was like, what is Bolton supposed to do? I said, he's won the Super Bowl championships. Do you remember that scoop and score he got? Nick Bolton? The guy who's the captain, all right, of our defense. There's a reason for the playoffs, all right? That Nick Bolton? So you're sitting there, you're talking about this guy right here who's just been making play after play after play, leading tackler on the team. That Nick Bolton. That's who he is. So we can sit there, we say all those different things about it because, you want to be slandered against a guy because you don't like him for whatever reason and all that. Nick Bolton came in as the SEC leading tackle. There was a reason. There's a reason for it. So he don't have to be the biggest guy. We ain't asking to be Fred Warner, okay? We're not asking to be Smith and them. Nick Bolton is our guy. Nick Bolton is the Nick Bolton. He's a solid linebacker. So, yeah, I use elite because he plays elite and not what we do. Absolutely. And he flows. He makes plays. He does a little thing and then the thumbs down. Love it. I love it. So he's a dog. Spags loves him. Yes, he does. Spags loves Bolton. Therefore, I love Bolton. Yeah. Shoot. Game recognized game. I know linebackers I played with in the league. Nick Bolton is a force. He is. So this is my evaluation as a guy who's played in the NFL for a long time, evaluating linebackers to see him play. So that's what it is.
Yeah. If they re-sign Bolton, I hope they do it early so they don't let the market price rise like they did with Hill and Jones. Linebackers a little different though, man. Linebackers have become like running backs, so they're not getting paid as much as they used to.
Yeah, I agree with that. And nobody's saying that Nick Bolton's going to try to hit him over the head for about, $150 million. You know what I mean? So Nick might want to say, hey, man, I want to stay close, here. I've been winning Super Bowls. I love, being on this team. He knows what he's going to get. I'll go somewhere else. Now, look, guys want to test the market. Sure, go ahead and do that, right? Hey, guess what? We got buyer remorse with Tyreek Hill, Snead. Who else we need to go through with buyer remorse, going to other places to get their money and get their loot? So, hey, man, we'll see how that's going to be. But as far as like how everything is happening right now, man, the Nick Bolton hate to me, I just don't get. I just don't understand it, man. I really don't understand it for real. So
it's weird because it's been going on for quite a long time too. And at first I thought it was like, okay, maybe we just have a lot of Kansas and Kansas State people who just hate Missouri guys. I don't know, because it's been going on since he got to Kansas City, and it's like I don't. Dude, what does he have to do?
Right, dude. If that's the case, man, that's just lame. It is for real. Like if you had that die hard of a Kansas fan and you can't root for a guy from Mizzou, that's just lame to me. Really, seriously. You need to have your head examined.
Yeah. No, just stick to being a college sports fan and let the NFL be for everybody else.
Right. It's crazy.
All right, JD. Now we're gonna get to the secondary, which We got to see Jalen Watson back. We didn't get to see Steven Nelson. McDuffie scared us for a little bit in the beginning of the game, but he came back shortly thereafter. But JD, what did you think of the secondary?
So I want to do an evaluation of Jalen Watson. I think Jalen Watson did an okay job. I think he just did okay. You see he's still trying to work back into it. And so, he's got another week for it. It's going to take him some time. But they had more so a lot of Najee playing outside, doing some things. Hicks came in, Cook went out, Reed got hurt, he went down. But, man, Justin Reed was flying around, man, like a heat-seeking missile. He was hitting everything that was moving, everything. And I tell you what, man, I love seeing football like that. He played, man, with his heart there out on his sleeve, and he was letting everything go. And when guys see that, when the leaders of the defense and the young guys see somebody like that, they like, we get it. We get it. That's what it's supposed to be. And it takes a guy like that to show that, right? We had that in here, Honey Badger. He was able to do the things he was able to do. So, I just love Justin Reed's playing. He's putting it out there on the line, man. Justin Reed is a throwback, man, from my era of guys going out there hitting and stuff. He is, okay? He don't have to be the fastest guy. He's going to get beat at times and stuff like that. But that guy, that sucker's going to try his damnedest and hardest every chance he gets, okay? Now, I'm going to go to another guy who, to me, it's hard not to see how great a guy this dude is, a player. And that's Trent McDuffie, man. Oh, my gosh. Trent, man, is an elite corner in this league. And when you have a guy that you don't have no worry about, or you hold your breath when they throw the ball up to the dude, that's Trent. He makes our defense so much easier by his play and what he does out there in the game, man. It's amazing to me because he's just that good. And so I'm almost amazed because sometimes like his catch-up speed, the craftiness, how he's just in guys' hips all the time, I'm just like, daggone, shoot. You didn't think he'd make that play, and there he is, knocking it down or in his hips, grabbing at a guy. It's Trent McDuffie, man. Trent is one of the best corners in the league, period, bar none. Seriously. So thankful to have a guy like that on our defense, okay? Because he does a whole lot for us. 22 is the truth. Yes, sir. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And that's why our defense is so good. It's probably primarily because of that guy right there, 22. Yeah, quiet, elite, and better humble. Yeah, for sure, JH, for sure. But our secondary did a decent job. There's times guys got open. I still want them to drive on it when you know it's man and you got that guy. And you come drive on it. Come drive on it. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Put your foot in the ground and let's go. We just got to do a much better job of that. We do. So with that, man, I'm gonna give our secondary a B-.
So, JD, we've talked about it, the kind of preview to where I have the betting show on Friday. But we talked about it, that every tight end besides Will Dissly has had over 25 yards against us. And again, what's his name? Schultz had that on his first catch of the game last week. Yeah, over 25 yards. Which I was like, at this point, you laugh at it. They don't really throw the receivers. They kind of like us in the way where he throws to Shakir. Shakir, I think, had three catches. Amari Cooper had 2 targets during the game last week. Mm-hmm. He likes the middle field. He likes going to the Dalton Kincaid. Dawson Knox gets some love too. When it comes to this game and just overall against tight ends, why are we so bad against tight ends? Why are they the ones that continue to eat us up consistently?
I mean, it's the matchup. That's what it is. It's the matchup. So they're banking on my guy's going to be better than your guy. My Joe's going to be better than your Joe. And so if you have a guy that has good speed, get out of the break, it's going to be a problem with Reed. Might be a problem with our linebackers, Bolton, Tranquil, and Chanel. There's going to be a little problem with it, okay? And so the majority of the time, they're going to take that matchup. That's what they're going to do. Will Dissly's more of a bigger guy, kind of a lumbering guy. There's not too many guys he's going to get open on, okay? That matchup, everybody should win that matchup as far as linebackers and safeties. But then when you have a Dalton Kincaid, okay, you have a Mike Gesicki who's a wide receiver and playing tight end. All right, Isaiah Likely who kind of does it all. Those are the guys that you're talking about. Very talented guys. And so what you try to do is isolate the tight end on the linebackers and safeties. So it's going to happen this week too. That is absolutely going to happen this week. So Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, whoever they have in there doing whatever, they're going to go to them first. And then, Coleman and all those guys and Samuel and those will filter in with their catch. Khalil Shakur, right? And then Coop. But we got to stop that run game. We got to stop Josh Allen. Let me reiterate this. Let me say this one more time. The game is going to be won in the trenches. A D line or a front seven has to do an amazing job to win this game. They have to. They have to. We'll go on an evaluation of that, Marcus, on Wednesday more. I'll break it more down from our last game into this game, how they look, what our attack strategy should be. But I'm going to give you that nugget right there. That's what it boils down to. That front seven is what it boils down. We win and lose right there on the LOS, the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Pure and simple.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as Buffalo's been watching their games, he's liking the slot guys, and he's liking his tight ends. That's where he's been going to a lot, pretty much this, know. You would think since they got Cooper, they'd be utilizing him more. He's not utilizing Cooper at all. Forget the outside guys. He's going to the slots.
So we'll talk about it more on Wednesday. Jalen Watson coming back, and if you want to do Najee, if you want to do Joshua Williams on the outside and have Trent McDuffie on the inside on some of those slots, I think you should do it. What hurt us last time, Khalil Shakur caught a couple of slant routes when we were running man. That was part of our problem. Trent is probably the best guy that we have as far as a nickel corner. Okay, not taking things from Jamari, anybody else, man. That's just reality. Sorry. Okay, sorry, but not sorry. It's just what it is, and they're going to look to try to exploit that again this week. That's the game plan. That's the game plan. They ain't looking to go outside, like you said. They're not. So,
yeah. You got to do what you got to do. If you have to put Trent in the slot, go for it. Do what you got to do.
Do it. Yeah. Shoot, I don't want to see. Look, I don't want to see the safeties and stuff, man, on our guys in the slot as much. I just don't. That's me personally. Okay. Yeah. I just, I just don't trust it. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm with you. Jacob Donnebear, appreciate the contribution, brother. I've also appreciated you just being around over the last few weeks of you being on this lives. I know you said you catch our show usually not on the lives, but hey, you've been doing a great job the last 2 weeks. But comment here. What an incredible time and opportunity to two veteran wide receivers of the league, Amari Cooper and our man DeAndre Hopkins. Let's get D-Hop, number 8, a ring, 100%, buddy.
Yes, sir. That is 100%, brother, 100%. And I think we're going to get D-Hop, man. D-Hop might be the sneaky one coming in this week, to be honest with you. I would love, because they're secondary, we can eat those jokers up all day long, and we should. We should challenge them every chance we get. We hold up against a rush, and everything else should work itself out.
Yeah, Baltimore didn't punt once yesterday. They literally drove every time. Yeah, they had a couple turnovers, but they drove every time. There was no punts.
Yeah, no, but the running game too. King Henry started going out just running that, and we got to do that as well. That's going to help everything else out. That will help everything else out.
Feed the beast, baby. Feed Kareem. Right.
My chief concern, Lady the Cool Dawson, what's up, Lenny? Good to see you. My chief concern is the middle of the field. Yes, sir. That's where they're going to attack us.
Yeah, they're going to look for number 6. They're going to try to find number 6.
6, 20, 27. Yeah. They go, And they say that on the board. Last game we had success, and we start looking over this. That's who they start naming. So,
yep. All right, Jay. Now we're gonna close this out here with our special teams and Dave Tobe. These guys came to play, man. They from the jump. They came to play.
Dave sit over here with the rosy cheeks, boy. That joker is happy. Yes, sir. They look good. They look good. So Tobe, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give Tobe a B+. All right, same thing. Just setting them up, put them in the right position to make plays. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's all about execution by guys out there. Nico Remigio, great return. Nico giving us some yards. That's what we needed. We needed a jump start to what we were doing. Okay, and without that, Nico, no telling where we would be. Seriously, we needed that right off the jump. Put us right there in the position, right there, immediately points. Okay, hold on to the ball, Nico. Hold on to that ball. Squeeze. 5 point. You get in there. Hold on to that football. Don't give that up. Okay, work too hard to get there. Buckner came in and kicked some field goals. Did a great job. Reza did a good job with the punts and whatnot. I mean, special teams did a good job, man. Covering all those different things. Probably gave him a little bit too many yards on one kickoff return, I think. But other than that, everybody played a good job. I'm gonna give my special teams a B+. That's what they get, B+.
Yeah, and Leo, the second block kick of the year.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Ooh, do they get an A, Marcus?
I think so.
Yeah, God, I forgot
you're the special teams coach, not me.
You know what? And the thing is, I said this on the day about Leo getting that block. You know what, man? Because these jokers ain't had one in a long time, man. I'm gonna give the special teams. I'm gonna give them an A. Because that's exactly they sealed the deal, won the game for us, set us up. Them jokers get an A. Yes, sir. Nico, just don't fumble next time. A-, Ray. Okay. A- for the fumble. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it before. Nico takes.
Go ahead.
Amba's comment, Nico takes way more chances than Hardman and gets an open space faster. We talked about that. The hunger of an undrafted guy who's finally got his opportunity. You're seeing that. You're seeing him take chances, man, and you got to love it.
Yeah. High risk, high reward. You know? Just can't fumble.
Yeah. Kathy Welch, guys, what's McColl's injury? Thought we see him. I think Andy Reid talked about that a little bit today. I don't think there was any update on him, which implies he's probably not going to play this week.
Yeah. Sam McBride. So what was the deal with that safety? You know what? I haven't had a chance to look all the way into it, man. But that was just a bad look for Boyd, I think it was his name. So
no. He's talking about the safety, the killing the clock at the end of the game.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault. Yeah. The deal with the safety is you take it and you run out of bounds, you take some time off the clock. That's the way it works. So they were still out of it, but you didn't want anything like bobbling the snap, anything like that in the end zone. You didn't want to return on the kick. So what you do is you just play the odds, step out of your end zone, take about 10 to 15 seconds out, punt it away, for the kickoff, and that seals the deal. Pissed a lot of people off in Vegas and people that had money on the game. Okay. So I didn't know it changed. I thought it was 8.5, wasn't it, Marcus?
It fluctuated from 8.5 to 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought everybody was cool. I'm like, okay, they good. I'm like, shoot, it's like 8.5. They good. But
and also to the Rams game, the line ended before game time was 6. The game ended at 6, 22-28. The Rams and Eagles game. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. I'd be negative 9.5. Yeah, see, I didn't know it went up to 9.5 YB. No. Didn't know that, man. So.
All right. Well, there you go. There you go. But yeah, Nico, man, fantastic. I love what we see from him. We got our return, man, at least for going into next year. So that's good. We know that now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's there it is. It's JD's right there. My grades for the game. It's my grades. So you can, hey, you can, agree with it, disagree, however you feel. Good conversation, talking something down here. So kick out of bounds. I didn't lose money, Toad. Yeah, you know what? When they first did it, I was right before the play. I said, I wonder if they're going to try to go for the safety. And sure enough, they did. Because you just don't want to do it. I mean, something always happens. Somebody could fall down. I mean, he could have fell down. Who knows? He could have fumbled, but he made sure he stayed away from the guy and step out of bounds, going into 2 points, take some time off the clock. So that way they wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So, yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Lenny. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Lenny.
Yeah, man. I had a good time with y'all. I do. A good time, man. We, talking about some of it, and we'll have some real conversations to talk, man.
Wednesday, baby.
Yes, sir. So Wednesday we come back, but I'm just saying just tonight.
Oh yeah,
always. I appreciate everybody coming in with all your questions and conversations and statements and opinions. I love every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all for doing that. Seriously. Now we have a good time here. Have a good time. So great show. I can't wait till Sunday. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, you know how much I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Listen, I'm gonna say bye to everybody in here. I think you know what? I'm gonna put this out here. So this segment, I'm gonna get this segment, this last bit. Okay, I'm gonna put this out on Twitter. So if I say your name, I want everybody to see how much we love y'all, how much y'all support us. But I want to give y'all all a shout out too, okay, for being here on this channel as far as coming out here and supporting us. All right. To me, y'all the real winners. Y'all the MVPs. Okay, they talking about all these other guys out here. Y'all the MVPs. Okay, for us, right, Marcus?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. I didn't get it. I shot a commercial today.
What?
I did. Commercial.
Let's hear about it.
Well, we're having Kentucky Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're doing a Super Bowl party. Okay, trying to be the biggest one here in the state of Kentucky, but it's only here in Lexington. We're just getting this off the ground. We're going to have at least about 15 former NFL players here for the Super Bowl party. We're going to have events that guys come out there. You do the football challenges and stuff like that. Great food, good time, drinks, enjoy it. It's going to be a day before the Super Bowl, actually. Day before the Super Bowl, okay? So, I know if you're in town, I think the only one I've seen out here might be Sarah 73. Sarah, if you're on here, if you're not on here, if you see us, we got a Super Bowl party. Come down, come check it out. Okay. And it's going to a great cause. It's going to a great cause. All right. Going to charity. So other than that, man, because usually my Super Bowl, I have Super Bowl parties over here at the house, Mark, because I usually have about 60, 70 people here at the crib.
Yeah, I know you guys go big for the Super Bowl parties at the house.
Yeah, we do. We've been out there, man, swinging at Chief flag around. They know who we are. So everybody enjoys it. We're going to have a good time because the Chief's going to be there again. So, yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We're going to have, like I said, about 60 or 70 people usually come through here, at least. So it's a good time.
The Dunn annual Christmas or New Year's party. Not New Year's party. Sorry, Super Bowl party.
Feels like Christmas and New Year. It does. It feels like Christmas and New Year. Now we have a great time.
It does.
Well said. I volunteer bartender. Come on out, Kathy. We'd love to have you. Please. Okay. So I would let you be a bartender, but you got to partake and you can enjoy yourself. You can't just stand behind the bar the entire time. I want you to get out there and talk because that's who we are. All the people out here. So I'm going to go ahead and start naming these names out here. Just want to tell you, man, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you all. And so, matter of fact, I'm going to do this one more time. Okay. So last week, I think it was last week, I asked for people, if you have a chance to give, okay, for somebody on here. All right. Somebody here that is part of the Chief Concerns family, all right, that's going through a hard time. All right. You find it in your heart to throw them $1, $2, whatever it is that you like, please do. Okay. The thing is, we're going to put this thing together for the person that can remain anonymous. We could put a nice little package together for them, but also too, thinking about doing something for the guys and people, if you want to give, we're going to make sure that we're going to bless y'all too with something as well. All right. We really appreciate y'all coming out here because this is a family, it is community, and we have each other's backs. That's what this thing's all about. All right. So appreciate y'all. If y'all see it, y'all get that. y'all let us know. And I think, Marcus, I don't know how it works on YouTube, but you said there's like maybe a dollar sign or something that people can hit for those things.
Yeah, on the chat there should be a contribution button. So if you guys see the dollar sign, yeah, that's that contribution button.
Contribution. And so, yeah, like I said, man, you can give $1, 50 cents, whatever it is that you feel in your heart that you want to give. If you got any extra, we appreciate it. And my thing is, I want to be a facilitator that I don't care who it is out here that needs it. If y'all want some help from us or anything else, y'all let us know. We will do what we can to help you. Absolutely, 100%. Because y'all are family. We love you. We appreciate you. So we do those things to get that out to you all. All right. So appreciate you all. So thank you so much. I don't know. Dr. McJames, you've been saying some things that I have no idea. So what it is. So let's go through here right quick. All right. So we'll just make sure I'm going to run this down so everybody sees this. I'm going to play a segment right here. So if you want to chat out on here, put your name out here. Come on, join the chat so I can say your name, put it out here on Twitter and X, whatever it is. So I'll let everybody knows how much we appreciate you all. All right. So I'm going to start here with the last name I see out here. Witchy Hall. Witchy Hall has been coming out here for a long time. Thank you, Witchy Hall. Appreciate you so much. Maria DeJarnes, thank you so much for coming out there. Maria, Kathy Welch, thank you so much. She's going to be our celebrity bartender. Is that right? You're going to come out here? Appreciate you, Kathy. G-Pick, thank you so much, my man. Don Peterson, love the show, man. Love you too. Wendy, our girl, our gal. Thank you, Wendy, for coming out. I know you always fight for us. I know you do that. Okay, you're going to swing. About time. I'm struggling with my wife in D.C. getting treatment at Johns Hopkins, and now I'm maintaining 2 homes, but I will send something in as well. About time. I appreciate it. Look, you do what you feel like you need to. If we need to help you out, let us know too. Y'all can reach me DM. I think Mark is the same too. Anything y'all want to do, y'all holler at us, okay? But about time, we sit there, we say we're going to pray for you and your family. We'll continue to do that. Anything we can do, man, you let us know, okay? Lenny the Cool, man, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for coming out. Always a good guy. Brenda Pike, thank you so much, Brenda Pike. Joe E., my guy. Good seeing you, Joe E. Come out here every once in a while. Good seeing you, Vegas Chief Kingdom. My man is holding it down in Vegas for the Kingdom. Thank you, Vegas Chief Kingdom. Who are we going out here next? I'm the Brown. Did I call I'm the Brown now? I'm the Brown. My guy. So I'm the Brown, always the one that comes in with the great questions. He's coming in with some good things to talk about. Greg Rose, appreciate you. Love the chat. We love you too, Greg Rose. Always good seeing you. Crispy, good seeing you as well out here. Little Fella Fitness, appreciate it, fellas. It's going to be a long week. Can't wait. Hey, man, it's a long week. It's going to be right and ready. The time we get at it, though, Little Fella Fitness. Okay, Dom Jones, good to see you, my brother. Now it's down from Wells. Good to see you, Wells, my guy. Dom, how you doing, man? All right. Hope y'all doing well over there. All right. Chiefs again, good to see you over there as well. JH, thank you so much for being on here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Let me see who else got. YB Negative. There it is. I'm off in Lexington. YB Negative. You get here, holler at me. DM me. Say what's up. Come meet me. We're going to step out, get us something to eat. Maybe go get a sip or something. Whatever. All right. I'm good with it. Holler at me. Ty Toe Free. Dig to holler at you, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, Ty Toe Free. You always come out with some good questions. Thank you so much. Here we go. Andrea Chanel. There she is. Andrea's been coming out here like day one. Okay. She is, always a wonderful part of our family. Thank you, Andrea, for being as awesome as you always are. Del Monte Green Beans, my brother. Yo, Del Monte Green Beans. He sings me good music and everything out there. Del Monte Green Beans, man. He's a funny guy, man. Appreciate you, DeMonte. Appreciate you. Real people, man. The real people, bro. Thank you so much. Let me see who else we got on here. Alex Bonkant. I've seen your name before. All right. Unleash the playbook. We'll try to do it, Alex. We'll definitely try to do it. Sid McBride. I've been seeing you come out here for the past few weeks. Thank you so much. Always look forward to seeing you out here. Thank you for saying it. Nana Sherry. Okay. That's what that's one of my favorite right there. Nana Sherry always comes out there. She puts it out there on Twitter too. Appreciate you supporting Nana Sherry. Hey, don't start no business with her. She'll get with you. Okay. She's gonna get on you. Appreciate you. Nana Sherry. Ray 028. Okay. The one that we got to take to make sure that Ray's the guy. He makes sure. Ray, I know you're a great guy, man. I appreciate you so much, Ray. coming out here saying what's up, like always. Let me see who else we got. Oh, Jacob Dominow. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man, for all the things, contributions, great questions you've been doing. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. Keep coming on. I'm glad you found our channel. Okay. I always love seeing you. Let me see who else. Let me see. The barbershop. How do you get the barbershop? Can't never forget you. Okay. Barbershop, always with the good takes. All right. My guy, you sound like you played football before, man. I tell you what, I always like your takes. Always like your takes. Who else we got on here? It might take me some time, man. But listen, hey, like I said, I appreciate y'all so much. Hold on, let me see. Ray, Taryn Young, seeing you on here. Taryn Young, good seeing you, my brother, like always. Neff, hey, love you, Neff. You know how I feel about you. Hey, this my nephew is like my brother. I can't say enough how much I love my nephew. Okay. Toughest person, one of the toughest people now, the toughest person I know. Okay. Next to your grandfather, right? We know that, Neff, right? You know how Pops was. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get your strength and stuff from, right? So let me see what else we got.
Did you give a lot of T.O. Clay light bulb lessons and leadership? Big salute, JD, from the ATL. Love you, big guy.
My brother, T.O. Clay, yo, my brother. What's happening, T.O.? That's my dude. That's my dude. Yo, T.O., man, we got to have a sit down. One of the greatest guys I know. Good people, man. One of my brothers right there. T.O., real people, okay? You talking about dealing with things in life and overcoming it and getting to the success that he is. That's my guy, T.O., man. I love my brother to death. Love you, T.O. All right, Kevin Mars, good seeing you as well, man. Good seeing you, bro. Just talking to you. Thomas Pinkerton. Pinky. All right, Pinky. Good seeing you, Thomas. All right. Good talking to you as well. Optimistic James, I know I probably said what's up to you. If I didn't, Optimistic James, thank you, my brother. You always have good stuff too, man. I always like hearing your voice. Do a great job with it. Now, Feast Foster. Okay. Now, Feast. Good seeing you, man. I've seen you on here before. You always have some good things as well. Appreciate it so much. Hinata W. Hinata. I think new. I don't think I've really seen you a lot, but thank you for coming out here. If it's your first time on the page, appreciate it so much. And listen, I know people's out here on the live, Marcus. I can't see. This is the only ones I can see on here. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to end this here. In the light and in the spirit of MLK Day, about togetherness, about love, about community, about building things together with each other, becoming more than what we are, okay, for our fellow man and brothers is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to show love to one another, and we can't miss that point. We can't miss that point because it is about love. It is about togetherness. It is about support. And we need to understand exactly what this fight is, okay? So we need to stay on top of it. Be vigilant in these things, to love people, meet them where they are, but you make sure, okay, you do everything in your power to try to stay in this level, all right? I just want to tell you all how much we just appreciate y'all, the things that y'all give to us. This is really just a beautiful, beautiful scene that I go through every single week. Me and Marcus, this is the reason that we do it, that we have a chance to talk to you all. But let's always be representative of better people, okay, of who we should be, all right? Let's always do that. Let's always try to look to our better selves in this. So we know Martin Luther King, the things that he was able to do and he espoused. Let's be a part of that, okay? And that right there is God-centered in the things that we do, all right? So listen, y'all take care. God bless. We love you all. Thank you so much. We're gonna put this, like I said, at the end of our Twitter thing and let it run it down. So when they see it, they'll see you all's name. But look, I can't stress it enough how much I appreciate you. Marcus, my brother, you know how I love you so much, my brother, how much I appreciate you. You and your family, Tage and whatnot. So still praying for you and the rest of your family. So let's take care of each other. Okay.
That's how we do it here, baby.
Yes, sir.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it, man. You're not going to find any other channel like that out here, man. That's what we do. And you need to find more like that. So hopefully we'll do something, man, to get that pushed over to other people so they know how to act, right? Try to walk that path. Let's do it the right way.
It's a beautiful community. It's a kind and nice community. Love
Yes,
it.
he is. Yes, he
About
is.
time. Got a question here. How's my dad doing? My dad's doing good, man. I appreciate all the prayers you guys gave last week. My dad is doing good, and thanks for checking in. But yeah, he's on the up and up. So we're all happy at the in the family right now. So appreciate the love.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, definitely. Witchy Hall, shout out to all you loving, accepting, and old heathen pagan witches. One of y'all. You in the fold. We love you. We gonna love you. Okay? So we want to be good people. That's what it's all about. Okay? Loving each other. So love to y'all. Hugs there. Marcus, my brother. Appreciate it. Wendy,
Love you, brother.
love you too. Y'all be good. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Wednesday night, baby. The preview show, baby.
Preview show.
All right. Take it easy, everybody.
Take care.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.